Okay, so Germany, 8 infantry, had to repair 5 damage. Woohoo! Go bombing raids. Um, so he's down to producing 8 units. That's nice. Did some combats, had some success on here. You know, unfortunately, because I had to pull back to meet Japan, that means I'm not really in a position to trade these back this turn. Well, we're going to get these two at least. We just can't train, what's this, Romania? Is that right? Romania, yeah. Um, I mean, I could throw the tanks and do something like that, but I don't think it's worth that much. I think I'm just better off just blocking him up right here at Persia where he can't really advance from Persia. You know, the other thing with Japan, he's got exactly 2 transports. I mean, he's got 3 factories on land that he can produce at, but you know, he's gonna have to spend money on transports. He's gonna have to be careful because I do saw my bomber here, so he can't drop him here unless he brings Navy back. So I really do feel good about this. I don't think he's going to get much further than here. You know, even though he got India, the thing with India, I'm not one when I play Axis that I stress too heavily on India. If it's there, I take it absolutely. You know, the whole point of India is it's a gateway to Africa, in my opinion. And so you're looking for the long game. So Axis, at that point, you're trying to extend the long game. Generally speaking, Axis has the advantage at the beginning of the game. So if my focus is blitz right on in and try to get Moscow first is my number one strategy as Axis. If they give me an opportunity to go to India, then I'll pivot, go to India, and I always try to keep pressure on India so they have to keep units there. But then I'll pivot to India and then, you know, Africa and play the long game. But in this case, I don't think it's going to do him much advantage. What it does give me, since I'm keeping Africa, is it gives me a lot of money for the UK for 8 production spots I had because I'm trading France too. So I had like 34, 35, something like that. So the decision was, do I go ahead and buy a 4th transport and just, you know, do loads of 8s instead of loads of 6 trading? Um, I decided against that, and instead I'm going to use the extra money to buy bombers and do the bombing raids. I mean, bombing raids are positive, whatever, about 1 point per raid on average. Um, Certainly, you've seen where luck can give you a really good advantage from bombing raids. But essentially, it's like trading a unit for unit. So, you know, it doesn't let me build up the units for the eventual attack, but it also gives me the cushion so that if I fail to take Germany, then I'm only at 28 production, or if he does make some moves and start taking away some money down here or come back into this, you know, get the rest of Australia, he'll get the rest of Australia. But if he comes back to New Zealand, you know, whatever, it gives me a little bit of cushion in case he gets there, and then all of a sudden I don't find myself short of money. So that's the play we're going to go. Now, some may think this a waste of a tank, but I am going to do this. And the reason being is I just want to keep funneling and having Russia as much as possible, just toe-to-toe with Japan. And plus I want to bring enough down here, be able to put enough in here to stack Ukraine. So I don't really want to have to use these guys to take there. Or at most only have to use one because I clear it with this guy. Now, battleship, he did use his sub attacking the destroyer and lost. So good news is my destroyer is still alive to come deal with this guy. And you know that gives me the 5 guys here. We just have to, with the bombers flying back. Oh, you know what? He does have the advantage here, doesn't he? I didn't even think about that. I had it stacked, so I didn't even think about the fact that the bombers came back. Either way, I think it's time to get rid of the battleship. I gotta think for 1 second. So Japan, he's going to do whatever he's going to do. He's probably going to keep them in range of Season 11, though, because he doesn't want me to be able to build more transports there. I'm on a low transport system with the US right now. So he'll probably bring him back to like here or something like that. So I'm definitely got to bring destroyer sub back at least for the US. I need to protect against 4 bombers. Five planes here, 4 bombers up here. The US does have that guy, and I could fly fighters back. So I think we should be okay, that we should be able to bring some help. Assuming we bring destroyer sub down this way instead, bring the battleship back up. I mean, we should be enough to cover. I just want to make sure I can cover these 3 seasons without a UK build, because I didn't think about the fact I've only got 4 surface units here. So, and he's got 5, so I'm going to need some US help to hold that. Good news is I don't need all my fighters down here. I only need, well, the 4 fighters alone. I don't need any of the UK fighters is what it boils down to. But I do think it's time to kill the battleship. It is officially time. And I'm choosing to do it with 4 planes, do it hopefully as efficiently as possible. Probably, I haven't decided if I want to ditch the fighter or the bomber yet. I'll probably ditch the fighter for the UK because we've got extra fighters now, and I don't think he's going to be building more stuff for them, subs or air. Alright, so just want to make sure we kill that guy cleanly. Normally I would send like 2 planes and just not bother the others, but I've learned dice, you just don't mess with the dice. Just send it. If you don't have nothing else to do with them better, send them. Alright, I think that's all the attacks. I don't think we got anything down here to attack with. Not my ideal trade here. It's kind of a heavy trade, but I'd rather heavy trade with allies than with Axis, so I'm good. Oh, well, that's good. I'll take that. Again, when the other team, when they have a lot of air, a lot of heavy air, and can trade efficiently, I tend to do a lot of small stacks. So but we're starting to get to the point where he has to trade quite a few territories, so he's going to need all that air. And why'd you have to hit? Alright, hopefully one swing. Only give the battleship 1 shot. Oh, okay. Whew. Go bombers. I think I'm going to take a fighter out. I want to save the bombers. I want to start really using UK heavy bomber on Berlin here. Of course, that does mean I need to bring more US. Ugh. So, I'm moving 1 up here because 3 can go 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what? 2 is what I meant. 2. can go 1, 2, 3, land on a carrier. Carrier fighters can go over there. So that gives me the most pressure on Germany there. And we're going to have to gauge out my US turn, because I did take this turn without thinking about this fleet too well. So we may have to do the whole US transports to the C-Zone 1 again, don't do 10, and just bring the battleship. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I think we should be okay. Move these guys up. Let's see. Since I'm going to use one Russian in there, we'll use the UK for fodder over this way. I am building an extra unit, by the way, just in case this had to go to 4 transports, which I may end up losing a transport anyway, or 2 transports if I'm not careful here. So anyway, so I got 8 units here, so if I do build a transport in the future, I can build it and have it have 2 units to carry right away. So anyways, that's our bit. We'll figure out the Americans' turn and what we'll do. You know, again, worst case scenario, we abandon that transport, bring the U.S. in to these sea zones. We'll figure it out. Alright, Japan's making their move. They're able to stack Kazakh here, so we're going to have to turtle in. You'll see he also built 7 tanks because of that. Like, so you had the lack of the transport, so you got 7 tanks there he built and 1 artillery. So oh, the artillery's down there. So he didn't build on his islands at all, which he's only got the 2 transports. He did kill the bomber here, of course, with the artillery, so don't know why he left his transport sitting there. I mean, he could have done something good with it, but whatever. I think that was just an oversight, most likely. So we got to pull back to Moscow. Yeah. And it's going to be yet another turn. You know, I am going to have to build a carrier. So for one, because forgetting I needed to protect these guys, I'm going to be sending my I'm going to be sending my carrier down here, battleship cruiser, and I need to build a carrier and bring these fighters on back to them. The other thing that I'm going to go ahead and do, because I really want to get another transport going, I'm actually going to build a transport out of Norway with the carrier, so that I'll have 4 and 4 transports going at least on the regular shucking here, and also able to just drop 16 units down into France with the UK's possibility at some point here, which may need to be sooner than later since Japan is making their move and they're building tanks, so he's going to be flushing tanks all at me, it looks like, until he builds bombers, and then he'll be going for it. So we gotta start prepping our battle tanks. Alright, so build wise, we're looking at 5 infantry, 2 artillery that I'm building over here. That gives me 7. I'm gonna have 1 left over here. That gives me 8. And I'm gonna have these 3 transports plus the one I'm building there to pick up. So we're gonna have 4 transports coming back next turn. We are gonna use my destroyer sub to chase this sub away. I'm gonna go ahead and put the no, I'm not. I'm gonna bring the transports down here because I want to be able to stack them. He's got like a 18% shots of taking a sub versus a destroyer sub, but I'm just gonna risk it because I think I need to. I can't go too conservative, so carrier, transport on my other builds there. So obviously these are going to be dead zoning Persia, but I want to go ahead and get in here and start trading. I got to watch out for transports builds, which could cause some issues there though, so we need to be mindful of that.
Keep on bombing. Have UK hopefully bombing there as well. Start grinding Germany on down here. On the other attacks, I think that's it on the attacks. That kind of stinks. But I guess that's good for US. That means we're conserving units for the Berlin attack, I suppose. Let's see some sixes. Oh, yeah, didn't even fully repair. Oh, that's right, because he built that fighter. There's a 6. Let's see another 6. Close enough. I'll take it. Woohoo! Get to be on the positive side of these bombing raids now. I like that feeling. Alright, here we go. It's going to take me a while to reload, so I'm going to pause until I get... Alright, let's see if it works this time. It was saying invalid non-combat move, so I'm going to go ahead and move to C-Zone 8. So we're going to move the carrier there first and see if that prevents it from freezing up on me again. Loaded carrier coming here. You should have battleship and fighters coming here. We'll go ahead and protect New Zealand, or at least make them sacrifice a transport for New Zealand. Think that's everything there. I hate arrows. I cringe every time I hit that button. I'm like, what am I going to see when this unwinds? A little nervous giving him that shot because I know he'll take it, but I want to be able to come down to France at any time. I want to be threatening taking France for the stack, so part of me says a safe guy I should just took him to C-Zone 1, but I mean, well, we'll just see what he does. Oh, I forgot I was going to rechange him and move him back. I forgot to move him back. He's kind of out there for a possible airstrike. So one thing I do gotta be careful too is he could take his 4 bombers and a fighter and strike at me over here. With the AA gun, that makes it a little bit safer, so I may only just leave like 1 infantry there. Just to give a little bit of extra protection, because I don't know if I trust the AA by itself being positive. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm going to leave 1, or do I need to leave 2? I think I'm just going to leave 1 infantry there, because I don't want to waste too much. Other thing I want to look at, and I'm going to pull my I am going to pull out the good old calculator on this. If we go 8, 22, excuse me, 12, 34, I take 2 down, so we're going to be down to 32. And say he wipes these guys, the UK guys, say he goes for it, and he does. I have 5 artillery, 4 tanks. I'll have 2 fighters from UK I can bring down. How are we looking? Yeah, we're looking okay. So I think go ahead and give a knock on these guys on this tank here. Could go just 1. I think I'm going to go just 1 infantry though. Let's conserve guys. Just pull guys back. Do I want to do anything else? Oh yes, almost forgot. There was no strafe in him here. He definitely had the advantage. So I thought about, you know, could I do a hit and then retreat to Moscow, but nothing worth it there. Nothing going. Alright, he even missed. Sweet. Bonus. Second, I was thinking maybe I should move 2 here, but he'll be able to blitz his tank, so it's not definitely not worth it there. Do want to put a couple guys over top my fighters. Go ahead and go here because I want to make him work for everything. I want to make him use his planes as much as humanly possible. I was going to try and put some guys in here. You know what? See, I'm moving 1 less guy there, so we're putting 22, 25, 33. What if we... Kinda okay with that. And take 1 of these guys. Hopefully just to challenge Germany and maybe not give up Ukraine here. And 1 of these guys I want to leave back, I said. So now that gives me 21, 11, 32. I'd be okay with actually just 31. Oh, I forgot to move the 1 in. I'm like, that doesn't add up. I forgot to move him into Ukraine. Is that the game trying to tell me I shouldn't do that? I'm not going to be told by the game what to do. I'm going that way. Alright. I'll be able to blitz, that's fine. Alright, there we go. There we go.